You ever hear that quote, God doesn't play dice with the universe? Einstein said it with full confidence. And yet, here we are, living in a universe that sometimes feels like a cosmic improv show with dice and maybe tarot cards.
And no rule book. Einstein wanted order, equations, predictability. But he couldn't quite stomach the weird part, that we might be part of the equation.
He searched for God in the stars, but missed the one whispering in the silence between thoughts.
That silence? That's where Darius J. Wright shows up, with something Einstein never accounted for. Call it a spiritual signal, an intuitive GPS, or the one variable that changes reality the moment you observe it.
Today, we're opening a door Einstein never dared to touch. And if you've ever felt torn between logic and soul, this might be the bridge you didn't know you were waiting for.
Stay with us till the end, because what Einstein missed just might be what you've been sensing your whole life.
So, let's be clear. Einstein was a genius, but even geniuses have blind spots. His? He couldn't stand quantum randomness.
It's almost poetic. The man who gave us relativity couldn't quite relate to the idea that particles behave like they have free will, like the universe itself was winking back at him.
Yeah, he wanted the cosmos to be neat, clean, predictable like, I don't know, German engineering. But quantum physics came in like, hey, guess what? Observation changes outcome.
And deeper than that, maybe consciousness isn't observing the universe, maybe it's shaping it. But Einstein wouldn't go there. He stayed grounded in logic even when mystery knocked at the door.
To be fair, he did flirt with the mystical. He talked about spiritual geniuses and admired Spinoza's God. But he never quite married science and soul. He dated the mystery, but Darius? Darius married it with vows under a supermoon.
And that's the turning point. Einstein gave us the math, but Darius gives us the meaning.
Hold that thought, because in the next part, we'll unpack what Darius actually did that shifts this whole conversation, and what it means for your intuition, your perception, and your ability to reshape your reality.
So here's the shift. Einstein measured the universe, but Darius, he listens to it. Like the cosmos is humming a song and most of us forgot how to hear it.
Darius says intuition isn't just a hunch, it's a frequency, a biological signal with cosmic roots. Not woo-woo, more like your soul's GPS system.
Yeah, the one most people mute because it doesn't speak in full sentences. It speaks in nudges, chills, sudden clarity, and dreams that don't ask for your permission.
He calls it the forgotten intelligence, not based on past data, but presence, a kind of knowing that bypasses logic but lands like truth.
Exactly. While Einstein chased external constants, Darius dives into the internal variables, the ones science often overlooks: emotion, sensation, story, synchronicity.
And let's be honest, we live in a world obsessed with measuring what's visible. Darius reminds us that what's invisible might be running the show.
Here's a question. What if you're not confused? You're just disconnected from the intelligence inside you.
And in a moment, we're going to explore exactly how this intuition works. Not just what it is, but why it might be the only way out of the spiritual noise you've been stuck in.
And if your gut just said, wait, this matters? Hit like so this message reaches someone else who's been feeling the same invisible pull.
And tap subscribe, because we're diving even deeper into the truth that slipped past Einstein. The kind of truth you don't learn, you remember.
And trust me, you'll want to stay till the end. Because the final piece, it ties everything together in a way even science hasn't caught up to yet.
Sometimes the data comes after the knowing. Okay, let's talk about something that still gives physicists headaches: the observer effect. You look at a particle, and it changes its behavior. It's like the universe is shy, or performing, or both.
Or maybe it's conscious. Maybe it's not a performance. Maybe it's a response.
You mean like reality is reacting to us, not just passively existing?
Exactly. And not just on a subatomic level, on a deeply emotional level too. Your thoughts don't just influence how you feel. They bend the structure of your reality like sunlight through water.
So you're saying your inner state literally rearranges what you experience.
Yes. You can't separate the observer from the observed. Your perception is a painter, not a spectator. And intuition, it's the brush most people forget they're holding.
And here's where it gets interesting. Darius claims your emotional frequency isn't just a byproduct of mood, it's a creative force, one you've been using unconsciously since birth.
But once you know that, once you wake up to the fact that every belief, every reaction, every story you carry is reshaping the field around you, you start paying attention differently.
And in the next part, we're diving into exactly what Einstein missed and why it matters more today than it did in his time. Because this isn't just about quantum theory. It's about your nervous system, your relationships, and your deepest questions.
So here's the million-dollar question. What exactly did Einstein miss?
He missed the soul. Not the poetic kind you write songs about, but the dynamic, active field of consciousness that lives beneath your mind.
Right. Einstein wanted a unified theory of everything, but he couldn't accept that maybe consciousness was part of the equation. Not an observer, a participant.
And today, we live in a world of overthinking, overanalyzing, overstimulating. We've got data coming out of our ears, but wisdom, that's becoming a rare mineral.
Exactly. Darius argues that our collective obsession with control and proof, it's killing the very awareness we're starving for. We've traded presence for precision.
And here's where it gets urgent. Your intuition is not just personal, it's ancestral. It holds stories that science hasn't caught up to yet.
So, what Einstein missed wasn't just a variable in an equation. It was you, the fully awake, deeply feeling, multidimensional you that's been buried under layers of logic.
But here's the beautiful part. You can remember. You can realign. And you don't need a PhD in physics to do it. You just need a quiet moment and the courage to listen differently.
And coming up, we'll close the loop with one final question. If reality is shaped by awareness, what are you creating without realizing it?
So take a breath. A real one. Feel it. Because that small inhale, it's the doorway to presence, to perception, to the kind of knowing Einstein couldn't write down, but Darius dares you to live.
We've talked about science. We've talked about soul. But now it's your turn. What's the reality you've been shaping without even noticing?
Think back. Those moments of intuition you brushed off, the dreams you dismissed. What if they were whispers from the part of you Einstein never mapped?
We want to hear from you. In one word, how did this episode feel to you? Drop it in the comments. Maybe it's clarity, or disruption, or home. Whatever it is, name it. That's where awareness begins.
And if this sparked something in you, there are 2 more videos waiting right here on the screen. Each one is another layer to the mystery. Click 1. Continue the journey. Not because you need more information, but because you're remembering what you already knew.
Because maybe the real equation is this. Awareness plus attention equals awakening.
And that's the formula they never taught us in school.